Can get a look back at this race now. The grid started largely on slick tyres, only one was on wets. Maxime Riem was very quick out of the gates. It would turn out too quick, not just because he missed turn one, but also because he had a jump start. Simon Schranz was working his way through the order at a rate of knots. He was the only driver to start from his grid position on wet tyres. Everyone else was struggling on slicks. A few drivers had jumped in the pit lane to switch to wets on the formation lap. Others bailed at the end of the first racing lap because everyone was struggling in these conditions. This isn't so much fighting for position, it's fighting to keep the car in a straight line. And as you can see, drivers were really having to fight to do so. Simon Schranz, though, really making his way through the field at a rate of knots, past Finn McLaughlin as if he was standing still, and into the race lead would go Simon Schranz as he chased Maxime Riem down into turn 12, drifted a bit wide going through 12 and 13. However, he managed to get through and pass the German. Renault Motorsport were leading the way in the Formula Winter Series. Lots of drama further back as everyone tried to pick their spot and find their way through the field in these treacherous conditions. Schranz, unfortunately, only a lap or so after taking the lead, had a spin, and that moved him down the order. There were more incidents going on further back as well, but critically, when Schranz rejoined the race, he was behind Bart Harrison. Both of them go straight past Finn McLaughlin. They won't see him again in the mirrors, surely. Bart Harrison was the first of those on the wet tyres at this juncture as both go past Maxime Riem. Harrison was one of those to switch to wets on the formation lap, and at that time it was paying dividends. Peyton Westcott also switched to wets on the formation lap, and she was ascending as high as 7th at one point after starting late from the pit lane. Nina Hardeman was struggling on the slicks. She would be a late switch to the wet tyres, just moments really before the wet tyres started to fade from the likes of Bart Harrison. Harrison was leading the way, extending his advantage for the most part as the race continued on. Lots of the drivers on the wets were making huge gains. Artem Severikin going past championship leader Gabriel Gomez and Kabir Anurag here, splitting the two of them and getting past Kabir shortly thereafter. The wets were still the way to go, but lap on lap on lap, the slicks started to look quicker, and the quickest of them was Finn McLaughlin. While all of this was going on between the likes of Hardeman and Alba Larsen, a bit of a F1 Academy preview there as those two got to fighting each other. The slicks were getting quicker, and Finn McLaughlin maybe wasn't out of the hunt just yet. Andrea Kostic was having a good scrap in the team positions with Thomas Behrman, as we can see here. They'd both switched over to the wets a couple of laps into the race. Dante Vinci was trying to make gains on the wet tyres. He wasn't quite finding a way through, but there is Bart Harrison behind Finn McLaughlin. McLaughlin found his way through again. The slicks had gotten quicker, and he had profited immensely, moving back up to the race lead as the drivers on wet started to fight to keep their positions. Popov and Gomez both making short work of Simon Schranz, who was trying every which way he could to keep ground, but Kabir Anurag found his way by as well. This is Popov getting past Bart Harrison. Harrison slipping further and further down the order, unfortunately, would score points, but that lead that he held in the middle stages of the race was certainly no more. Kabir Anurag also caught up with Harrison before the end of the race, even though he pitted a couple of laps into the race. Very unusual proceedings in the Formula Winter Series, but standard procedures for Finn McLaughlin. He will feel a second win in this Sunday in the Formula Winter Series. It was Finn McLaughlin who won the race, 1.7 seconds clear of Maxime Riem. Gabriel Gomez in third place. In fourth position, Maximilian Popov. In fifth place, Kabir Anurag. Enya Fry in sixth for Yenza Motorsport. Bart Harrison, the first of those who were on the wets, in seventh position. Simon Schranz in eighth. Artem Severikin in ninth position. And Sebastian Bach for AS Motorsport rounding out the top 10. In 11th position, the André Dupé car, AS Motorsport, there as well. Leo Sammy Robinson in 12th. Peyton Westcott winning the female trophy from 13th. Due to the unique circumstances of this race, she was a lap down at the end. Thomas Behrman in 14th. Dante Vinci in 15th. Then it was Alexander Ruta in P16. Alba Hurup Larsen in 17th. 18th for Andrea Kostic. 19th for Marcus Sater. David Walter in 20th. Chloe Chambers in 21st. Nina Hardeman in 22nd. Rafaela Ferreira in 23rd position. 24th for Ginevra Panzeri. Gennaro Trapper in 25th position. Matilda Patz in 26th. Elia Weiss in 27th. Theo Borenstein in 28th place. Cornelia Olkuska in 29th. And may I just say congratulations to all of the drivers. They all took the finish and there wasn't a single safety car. In these kind of conditions, that is no mean feat from the Formula Winter Series grid.